Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE!
And I am proud to be out here this afternoon with the New York Immigration Coalition, with the Working Families Party, with Make the Road, to stand up, because this is a moment when it is essential that New Yorkers, that New Jerseyans, that Americans stand up for everyone's rights. It is a critical time to stand up and be counted. And I was proud to be out there yesterday with New Jersey Working Families and New Jersey Make the Road and a lot of folks here when Mayor Baraka walked out of that ICE detention facility. And we were there to have his back because, let's be clear, Newark has a mayor who is standing up for immigrant residents of Newark. Newark has a mayor who is standing up and fighting for due process. Newark has a mayor who is standing up for the rule of law. And Newark has a mayor who knows that the only way to protect people is to protect all people. And that's why thousands of folks flowed out there last night to have his back, to demand his release, to chant, "Free Mayor Baraka!" Free Baraka! After enough chanting, lo and behold, Mayor Baraka walked out. And that's why we're out here today, because unfortunately in New York City, we do not have a mayor who stands up for immigrant New Yorkers. We don't have a mayor who stands up for due process. Instead, in a split screen put in their correctional facility. So let's be clear, bending the knee, that is what tyrants want. They depend on fear. They depend on cowardice. They depend on capitulation. Eric Adams is giving the tyrant exactly what the tyrant wants. And you could see it yesterday in the way that Donald Trump laughed at Eric Adams and laughed at New York City. But the set of people here know it is time to stand up and fight back, yeah? Yes! And that's what we did yesterday in Newark, and that's what we are doing here in New York City, because when people show up, something different happens. You know, there's that poem, and I'll just end with this. There's that poem by Martin Niemöller. First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak up because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak up because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak up because I was not a Jew. And when they came for me, there was no one left to speak up. Now, that poem doesn't have a line, then they came for the mayors. And I think when they come for the mayors, it's already pretty bad. But the thing is, we are speaking up, because we're going to write a different poem than that, right? That poem's going to say, first they came for Mahmoud Khalil, and I did speak up, because I would not let students or people speaking, protesting be taken away without voice. And then they came for Mohsen Madawi, and I did speak up, and then Mohsen walked out free. And then they came for Ras Baraka, and I did speak up, because due process matters, because rule of law matters, because freedom matters. We are writing a different poem here in New York City, and it is going to end with the restoration of freedom and civil rights and due process for all of us. Thank you very much. Thanks, Working Families. How's it going, New York City? How are we doing? Are we ready to fight back? You know, last night, when Mayor Baraka was finally released, I was there in Newark alongside Brad, and the two of us watched as he gave an address to the crowd. And he said he had heard that someone at a council meeting had spoken up to say that Mayor Baraka cared more about immigrants than residents of Newark. And he said everyone in Newark is a resident.
Come on now.
Everybody who goes to catch the bus is a resident.
Come on.
Everybody who's looking for work is a resident.
Come on.
Everybody who stands online for food is a resident.
Yes.
Because ultimately, no matter what the modifier is in the sentence, the last word is the place that you live. Whether that's Newark or New York City, we will protect you.
Yes.
Because if we're talking about queer New Yorkers, if we're talking about undocumented New Yorkers, if we're talking about Palestinian New Yorkers, we are ultimately still talking about New Yorkers. And every single New Yorker deserves the same protections, the same recognition, and the same representation from their mayor. And for too long we have been denied that. Denied that by a man who has told us the only way to deal with Trump is through collaboration and cowardice. And what Mayor Baraka has told us is you cannot fight extremism with moderation. You have to fight it with courage. You have to fight it with clarity. You have to fight it with conviction. And we went to Newark yesterday because he's had all of our backs. And now we have to have his back. And we know that that arrest and his release is not the end of that story, because he's been there every single day this week, protesting Delaney Hall, asking that ICE and a private prison follow the same permissions and permits as every other facility in that city.
That's right.
And they have refused to follow the law because for the Trump administration, just like Eric Adams, just like Andrew Cuomo, the law is merely a suggestion.
That ain't right.
And we will stand up for the people that those laws protect. And we will do so each and every day. And we will do so at every single juncture. Because what the Trump administration is looking for is permission to keep rolling those rights back. And at every attempt, we will be there, we will fight them, and we will defeat them.
That's right.
So I have to ask you, New York City, are you ready to fight?
Yes!
Are you ready to win?
Yes!
Are you sure?
Yes!
Then let's do it every single day of this administration, because our people deserve nothing less. Thank you so much.
Please give some love to the one and only Zohran Mamdan. And please help me welcome the next comptroller of the city of New York, Justin Brennan.
I gotta say, first of all, don't read the post. That's another conversation. But I gotta say, I'm embarrassed for my man. I'm not sure why he's not embarrassed with what's going on. But I'm sure it's been said, and I've tweeted out, yesterday was a hell of a tale of two different mayors. A hell of a tale of two different mayors. See Mayor Baraka fighting for his people, fighting for his residents, simply saying not here. And we understand that mayor's powers are going to be limited. But what people want to see is at least you standing up saying not here. Not laying out the red carpet saying do as you please in our city. And to see a mayor capitulate. And I hope we found out from Colombia that capitulation does not stop a bully. It keeps him coming. And both of these folks, the mayor and the president, are allergic to the truth, so I don't know who the hell to believe. But I do know if you're going to say that you're trying to help this city, And the president said, is all you did to come and say thank you. And you talked about nothing. That is disgraceful. At this point, and I gotta say this because I'm a black man, and the mayor is a black man, and it is painful to me to see another black man in such a powerful position do what he's doing. It is painful for me to have to call that out. But I was elected as public advocate to call out what I see. And this administration is an embarrassment, and will be remembered as an embarrassment for not using powers that they don't have, but for not using the powers that we do have. And the power of at least stepping up saying, not here. Not now. As long as I'm mayor, I'm going to do whatever I can to protect the residents of the city. But instead he capitulates. And I used to think it was a simple quid pro quo, which it was. But now I understand he believes it. He believes in what this president is doing, and he figured, if I believe in it anyway, I might as well get something for it. And this is disgusting. We are on some tough times. But I gotta tell you, where we're in has always been here. This has really been a part of America. But what I am proud of is everybody here who has been part of the better America. The reason we've gotten where we've gotten because of everybody here. Every time America tries to live up to what it really is, we force it to live up to what it says it is. And we're going to do that again so that my daughters, when they look back, they can say all of us did everything that we could. And we have to do it together. I am telling you, they are trying to use each one of our biases against us. They're trying to use our biases and our fears against us. We have to stop it. And if we're honest, some of us drank some of that orange Kool-Aid last year because we thought it was going to happen to other people. But it's happening to all of us. That has to include our trans siblings. It must include our trans siblings. Please believe me. You don't have to let go of your faith. You don't have to let go of your religion. But you got to move in love. And you have to let people know that the reason some of us don't have health care is not because of our trans siblings having health care. And if we all come together, then maybe all of us can have the health care that we need. Do not let them put a marker of bias because somebody's marker will include you. People like Trump, people like Eric Adams, they want to divide us. The only way we get through is together. Please believe me, we can do that. And Palestine is not a slur. Muslim is not a slur. It is not. We can stand up against anti-Semitism. We can stand against what happened on October 7th, and we can stand and say what's happening in Gaza is wrong, and we need a ceasefire. That is leadership. Leadership is speaking up for everybody, not leaving anyone behind. That is the mayor that we need. Where the hell are you in D.C. saying thank you to a president who is trying to harm us? Stand up, Eric Adams. We need a mayor who's going to stand up. Your capitulation will be remembered. It will be remembered. As a black man, I want to be proud of you, and I'm ashamed. And people are in danger right now. And they need a mayor who's going to stand up. And if you can't, get the hell out of the way. They are arresting mayors right now. Do you understand that? The Republicans voted to arrest and deport citizens. And we have a mayor who continues to capitulate. We will be the better America. We will be the better New York. And New York, I hear you, you're afraid, you're worried about public safety, you're worried about affordability. Do not let them take that fear and blame someone else who has nothing to do with it. Who has nothing to do with it. Do not look for leaders who will feed your fear. It has never worked in history. Look at history. Displaced fear and displaced anger has always harmed people, and it always will. What has brought us together is seeing we are in this together as one New York, one United States, period. That is it. And if you cannot be that type of leader, please move out of the way. Because our job, all of us who have talked about what happened in the 60s, all of us who have talked about history where people were facing turmoil, it's our time now. And the only thing we have to do is make sure that the next generation is as proud of us and our fight as we are as the last generation. And we can do that, I assure you. They are looking at us. History is looking at us saying, don't forget about us. Please keep fighting. Please keep pushing forward. And we will. And I'll end with this in my faith. They say weeping may endure for a night, but joy, it cometh in the morning. Not just happy, but joy, a smile. Joy comes in the morning. We can be that light in the darkness for the people who are looking for the way to go. Peace and blessings.